guys, welcome in. How are you today? I hope you're all doing well. My name's Shannon and we're here with a timeless reading for the Aquarius Collective. I've shuffled these, but let me give them a quick shuffle on camera. All right, we're gonna dive right in with the tarot today, guys. I don't know what message needs to come through, but something needs to be said for sure. I felt super called to come do this reading. I didn't even put makeup on. I was like, I need to go do this like right now. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Aquarius? Thank you. Starting off with the Page of Cups, guys. I'll show you the card in 1 second. What do I need to know about this? Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see what we're starting off with here. We have the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Page of Cups came out first. The Chariot came out in reverse. I apologize. These cards might be a little bit difficult to see. So Page of Cups, Chariot in reverse, and the Star. So what is this talking to us about? Well, the Page of Cups to me in this particular situation, reading the energy here, this feels like somebody coming through with some type of an offer for you, or an offer has been made. There's something sitting in your lap, whether it be about love, about creativity, about collaborating with somebody. There's some type of an offer that's being made to you right now. You would have already received this offer. So, because we're starting off with this. This is not like in the future. This would have already come through. And it could be something from the past. This could be something that you've been sitting with for quite some time. With the Star coming out in conjunction with these other two cards, it feels to me like you have been trying to put some distance between yourself and this offer because you're working on your own healing journey. You're on your own spiritual path right now. So you just may not be interested in accepting whatever is in this cup, whatever is being offered. We do have the Chariot in reverse, like I said, and I only read reversals if they come out that way. I do not shuffle with reversals. So if they're reversed, they are absolutely reversed. So the Chariot speaks to us about being able to utilize our willpower, our drive, our strength to steer ourselves in the direction that we want to go. With this being sandwiched right between this offer and this healing energy of the Star, it feels to me like you're in a place where you're uncertain of what move to make next. Where do I go? What direction do I head in now? Do I continue healing? Have I healed enough? Am I ready for this? Do I want to take this on? These are all questions, but it feels to me with the Six of Cups being on the bottom of the deck, this is somehow in some way tied to something that you have already been through. This is tied to your past in some way. So this could be a lesson that is recycling itself and you're recognizing that, hence going into this Star energy, trying to really work through this instead of just letting life happen to you, which I commend you for. It's not easy to do. But there's something about us looking back to the past to try and gain insight into how we can handle this situation that's occurring right now. All right, let's keep going, Aquarius. Interesting. The Moon came out. The Moon, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of trepidation here, guys. Yeah, okay, we've got the Moon, then we had the Ace of Wands, now we have the Ten of Wands coming out. The bottom of the deck, I'll hold these up first if you can see them. I know it's very hard to see on camera, I apologize. The bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So with the Moon coming out, this kind of just solidifies, especially with it being right next to the Ace of Wands, this solidifies to me that there is some type of emotional confusion happening here. Maybe not even confusion. Maybe you know what it is you want, but you're not seeing that opportunity present itself. And we're kind of in this stage right now of taking care of ourselves and really tuning in, really going deep and you know, asking ourselves, do I take this opportunity? Do I want to grab hold of this opportunity, what's being presented to me? And it feels to me like you're thinking, this could be a lot of work. This feels like a heavy burden that I would be having to carry on my shoulders, and I really just don't want to do that right now. With the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Pentacles, this is about you being self-sufficient. Yes, this is about you being fulfilled and abundant and having what it is you want. But it is, the nines are also about us doing these things on our own. So it feels to me, Aquarius, if this is your reading, like you're in a place right now where you're feeling stable in and of yourself. We have something coming in externally, offering something to us. And we're in this place right now where we're not ready to move forward in either direction, either accepting or rejecting this offer, because we're kind of mulling it over in our heads. And that could be something that, you know, that will make the chariot flip back up. We need to come to some type of decision about, is this actually an opportunity, or is this going to become a burden? And the problem with that is that realistically, you're not going to know 100% until you actually accept or reject the offer, right? We're not going to know how this will play out until we actually make that move. So try not to, you know, weigh yourself down with overthinking this. And it feels to me like the majority of you are really going about this in a really well thought out, a really well-meaning too, a good way, because you're tuning in, you're going inward instead of projecting outward, instead of accepting everything that comes through. You've gotten to this place in your life where you're like, you know what, I'm good, I'm self-sufficient, I don't need anything else, but do I want something else? And there can come a point where we've been doing things on our own for so long that anything that comes in externally is going to feel burdensome to us in some way, shape, or form, because we're used to just taking care of ourselves. So that's important to note. Not sure why, but pops into my brain, I'm going to say it. So what's our guidance here, Spirit, for Aquarius? What is Aquarius's guidance in this situation? Here, and get out of your head. That might be a good idea. Thank you. Yeah, the four of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Lovers coming out. So the Four of Pentacles, as you can see, she's gripping on to this pentacle for dear life. There may have been a situation in the past where you had held on to something for way too long. You had chosen against your better judgment. That's important, that this would have happened against your better judgment. You decided to work on this situation. If that's not the case and this didn't happen previously, although I really feel like this is tied to something that's happened in your past, especially how we saw that Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck on the first draw of the cards. But if this is not something from your past that you're basically going back through, this could also be you just wanting to hold on to your sovereignty, holding on to that ability to, you know, rely on the person you know you can rely on, who is yourself. It can be scary. It can be difficult to let somebody else in, whether that be in love or work or, you know, friendship, whatever the case may be. It can just be difficult sometimes. But there's this underlying message here in the advice of being able to discern between when we should be holding on to something, when we should be releasing something, and when something is worth it for us to put the work in on. And that's where the Lovers comes into play. So the Lovers card really speaks to us about at the core of it, making decisions that align with our values. And especially in this spread, that's what this feels like to me. Although I will say it does feel like somebody's coming through trying to offer you some type of emotional energy. Did you hear my voice catch? There's definitely somebody here trying to offer you something. But this is about you making the decision. Is this what I want? So instead of ruminating on what's happened previously and projecting that energy onto this new situation, it feels to me like at the core of this, it's more so about you getting to a place where you're able to determine whether or not this aligns with your values as they sit right now. Because whatever happened in the past, you're a different person today, right? Even if it happened 2 months ago, you're a different person, especially with the Star card coming out. You've been working on yourself. You're in a different place mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So it's going to be important to remember that we can't compare these situations one to one because they're not the same. You are not the same. The situation has changed. I am seeing the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. This to me is indicating Spirit's telling you, you've got this. You've got this. No matter what you choose, you're going to be solid. You're going to fall back onto like solid ground. You know, there's something there that nobody can take away from you, that you have built. And that's been recurring through this reading. So if there's a fear of somehow losing that part of yourself, I don't feel like that is going to be happening. However, there is a need for you to make this decision on, do I act on this? We need to flip. We need to flip the Chariot upright so that we can keep moving. Because we're not only holding off this decision, but we're also kind of putting a pause on our own journey, trying to, kind of dig through the situation and make a decision about what it is we want to do. You may also need to release something from the past. There may be a need to release whatever this is that this is reminding you of, and realize that you've gotten to a place where you are healed from that. You don't have to fear that any longer. And anytime something new comes into your life, like I said earlier, it's going to feel a little bit daunting. This card to me in this particular reading feels like us, again, projecting this idea that it's going to be difficult. If we think that way, that is absolutely what is going to happen. But you have to remember that you also have the Ace of Wands here. So you have the Ace and you have the 10. And I feel like with the Star and the Moon coming right before these two cards, this is kind of like Spirit saying it's up to you which path you want to walk. Which path are you going to choose to go down? Because a decision needs to be made. We need to keep moving. You guys are in a very important place right now. This is an important time. There's a reckoning happening here over something that seems small. This is important to say too. It seems like a small thing, but for whatever reason, this offer, whatever this is that's coming through as the Page of Cups for you, this is a major turning point. This is allowing you to clear out a lot of this past energy that maybe you have been kind of struggling to do so in your healing process. This is now coming in to kind of be the catalyst to that healing. So don't be afraid of it. Don't hyperfixate on what the outcome might be. Focus on your morals, focus on your values, focus on what feels right to you. Because especially with the Star and the Moon both coming out, you guys are tapped in, you guys are tuned in, your guides are with you, and they're trying to guide you through this. Let's pull one more card, and then I think we're going to end this reading. Is there anything else you want to say to Aquarius Spirit? The Three of Wands. Yeah, it's time to get this set in motion. Ah, Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. There's fear. There's hesitancy here. But at the end of the day, it's time to move on. It's time to push that boat out. It's time to get beyond this question, to get beyond this decision. And realize that no matter what decision you make, you are going to be fine on the other side of this. You are okay and solid just within yourself, and nobody can take that from you. Is there anything else, Spirit? Focus on the values, focus on what's important to you, and make sure that you're focusing on if it feels aligned. Does this feel like something that is going to better me? But before you're able to come to that decision, you're going to have to remove whatever this is that's coming up from the past and kind of get that out of the way, because otherwise it's going to be casting a shadow onto this new opportunity, and we don't want to make a decision coming from that place. Wow. All right, Aquarius, that is where we are going to leave it at, my friends. I truly hope this reaches whoever needs to hear it. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me today. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you again soon.